a few reminders here before we start doing the problems. First of all, these are the problems that we did yesterday in our notes, so they're multi-step equations. So we're going to have to get rid of more than one thing to get the variable by itself. We're still going to start every problem the same way by circling the variable to remind ourselves we want to get it by itself, draw the line of equality to kind of help us organize our work, remind ourselves that whatever we do on one side we have to do on the other. All right. Besides that, we just have to make sure that we get rid of things in the correct order. So if we look at each of these here, there's more than one thing we have to get rid of, but it does matter what order we get rid of them. All right. How do we know what order to get rid of things? What are we going to use?
SADMAP.
Yeah, SADMAP, which is order of operations, but we're doing it backwards. So if we're trying to get rid of things, we're undoing things, we're going to use order of operations, but we're going to do it backwards. Looking at the first problem, we want to get that a by itself, so I'm going to circle it. I draw my line of equality, and once I've done those two things, it's really easy to see that I have to get rid of how many things? I have to get rid of two things, right? What are those two things?
10 and 3.
The 10 and the 3. So I need to get rid of the 10 and the 3 to get the a by itself. So which one of those two things should I get rid of first if we're using the order of operations backwards? We have to get rid of the 10 first. So the 10 is addition and the a is multiplication. So we need to get rid of addition before we get rid of multiplication. So we get rid of the 10 by subtracting 10. And we need to do whatever we do on one side, we have to do on the other. So we subtract 10 on both sides. 10's cancel on the left, leaving what?
5.
3a by 4.
3a. And then on the right side, negative 5 minus 10. They're both negative,
So you gotta add.
so we're going to add them together. So we get 10 plus 5 is 15, but they're both negative, so it's negative 15. Okay, then what?
And then we divide by 3.
We're going to divide by 3 to get the a by itself. So we divide by 3 on both sides. 3's cancel this time, leaving a all by itself. Negative 15 divided by 3 is? Negative 5. A's by itself, everything's simplified. I've got my equal sign on the line of equality, so I am done. On the second one, we want to get that b by itself. So we circle the b, draw our line of equality. On this one, we have multiplication and addition, just like we did here. So should we get rid of the addition first? Looking at that SADMAP?
We can go back.
Okay, so if we do this backwards, we should get rid of addition before multiplication, right? So should we get rid of the plus 7 first?
No.
Why not? Yeah, it is addition, but it's addition that's inside of parentheses. So we're not looking at the a here, but we're actually looking at the p, right? So that's the last thing we're going to get rid of. We need to get rid of that 5 first. And how are we going to do that? Divide by 5. So we divide by 5 on the left, divide by 5 on the right. 5's cancel on the left, leaving what? B plus 7. Do I need the parentheses around that? No. Since there's nothing else over there with it anymore, we don't need the parentheses. On the right side, 45 divided by 5 is? 45 divided by 5 is?
45.
9.
No. 9.
All right, and then what? Take away the 7. So the opposite of plus 7 would be minus 7. So we subtract 7 on both sides. Cancels on the left, leaving what? B, and 9 minus 7 is 2. When we do this, when we do more than one step, every step we have a what? After we finish each step, we have an equal sign, and the equal sign is, where is it? It's on the line of equality. So every time we do a step, we should have a new equation with an equal sign in it, but that equal sign is on the line of equality. And as we simplify things, we need to simplify it and keep it on the same side of the equation. All right, so in this one, when the b started on the left side over here, we still have it on the left side, and we still have it on the left side. So the variable's always going to end up on the side that it started on. All right, next one, we want to get the c by itself. So we'll circle that c, draw our line of equality, and which one do we want to get rid of first here?
-4. I mean, no,
The 2. Now, this one could be a little bit confusing. If we're doing order of operations backwards, that says we should get rid of the -3 first. But when we have a fraction like this, that's the same thing as the top of the fraction being in parentheses. Okay, so we would save what's in parentheses or what's in the top of the fraction and get rid of that last. So we do have to get rid of the 2, which we would do by multiplying by 2. Do that on both sides. On the right side, those 2's cancel, leaving what?
C minus 3.
C minus 3. On the left side, 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So I've got those in a row with the equal sign in between. On the line of equality, then what? Add 3. So we add 3 on both sides. On the left side, let's do the right side first. The negative 3 and the plus 3 cancel each other out, leaving what?
C.
C. And then on the left side, negative 8 plus 3. Now they're opposite signs, so they're going to cancel, right?
So 8 minus 3 is 5.
8 minus 3 is 5, and it's going to be
And then
negative because
the bigger numbers have
the bigger number is negative. The 8's bigger, and it's negative. Oh. On the last one here, we want to get the d by itself. So we circle the d, draw our line of equality. And what's different about this problem than the other problems? Carl?
Because it's
This is actually a 3-step equation. So the ones we've done so far have been 2 steps because we had to get rid of 2 things. But if you look at this one, we have a 3, we have a 7, and we have a 5 that all need to go away to get that d by itself. So this one's going to take us 3 steps to get the d by itself. So which one do we want to get rid of first? The 3, the 7, or the 5?
5.
5. Kind of like the last one, we need to get rid of the fraction before we can start getting rid of things that are inside of the numerator of the fraction. So we're going to get rid of the 5 by doing what?
Multiply.
Multiply by 5. So we multiply by 5 on the left, multiply by 5 on the right. On the left side, when the 5's cancel, what does that leave?
Multiply
On the left side, when the 5's cancel, what does that
by
leave?
3D minus 7.
3d minus 7. And on the right side, 4 times 5? 20. Okay, now what? Okay, now we want to get rid of the 7. So we still have to choose which one to get rid of. We're going to get rid of the minus 7. All right, good. So we're going to add 7 on both sides. On the left side, the minus 7 and the plus 7 cancel, leaving what?
3D
3d. And then on the right side, 20 plus 7 is
27.
27. What else do I need in here?
Equal sign.
Yep, put your equal sign after each step. You should have an equal sign on that line of equality. Then what?
Divide by 3.
Divide by 3 on both sides. So this time the 3's are going to cancel, leaving what? D equals
9.
9. And that should be your final answer.